how I could grow my business exponentially. Ever since then, Thriving Talents, we are a training company specializing in helping companies like you accelerate your sales, motivate your workforce through team building and digital training, and also do employer branding exercise to attract the top talents to join your company. But when Vince joined us, he made sure that we work with Fortune 500 companies like Microsoft, HSBC, Shell, Petronas, General Electric, to name a few. And ever since he came in, he not only became my investor, which again, I'm very lucky for that, he also became a mentor to me. Now I know you're going to learn a lot in these 3 days in this Vvince Tan Entrepreneur Masterclass. And I really hope you would work that extra mile to even get Vvince Tan or his team to become one of your investors. So I would really urge you to participate, play at 100%. He has helped me exponentially grow my business, and I want to encourage all of you to take this opportunity, learn as much as you can, network, have fun, and hey, perhaps Vince may even have me speak to all of you in one of these masterclasses where I will share with you the secrets of how I got to learn from people like Sir Richard Branson, AirAsia's Tony Fernandez, and also having President Barack Obama visit one of my workshops that I've done. Over to you, Vince. I am sure they're going to have a lot of fun with you.
Hey, I'm AJ Quesada, co-founder of Revenue Boost. I've been honestly to a lot of different masterminds, a lot of different events, but I'd say what really separates this one apart is the fact that, just the energy of people here, how caring, how giving people are, how friendly people are.
Hi everyone, my name is Ratna and I run a corporate training business. What I really like about this Vvince Tan Mastermind is really the speakers. I've learned so much insights from all the speakers.
My name is Bo. I'm an artist designer. What I have learned in Titanium Mastermind Retreat this time is all about polishing my soft skill and hard skill. These skills will definitely help me to translate and execute my creative thinkings into actions, reality, and result.
Hi, my name is Joey and I'm based in Singapore. I've been looking for what to do in business for the longest time until I came to this retreat, and guess what? I already have a clarity on what to do. In fact, before I even started, I've already found my customer.
Hey guys, this is Mark Joyner, and I'm here at Vvince Tan's Titanium Mastermind. This is my second time coming around and speaking at Vince's event. And I just want to tell you, if you have a chance to go to this event, you absolutely have to do it. The event is amazing. I've been to events like this all over the world, and very few of them are as exceptionally well put together as Vince's. Not only are you going to learn a lot of great stuff, but you're going to have lots of great experiences. And the experiences are what are going to change you.
Minta tadi ada masalah ini.
Thank you. I'm honored to be with you today for your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. Truth be told, I never graduated from college, and this is the closest I've ever gotten to a college graduation. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories. The first story is about connecting the dots. I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months, but then stayed around as a drop-in for another 18 months or so before I really quit. So why'd I drop out? It started before I was born. My biological mother was a young, unwed graduate student, and she decided to put me up for adoption. She felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates, so everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth by a lawyer and his wife. Except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, "We've got an unexpected baby boy. Do you want him?" They said, "Of course." My biological mother found out later that my mother had never graduated from college and that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption papers. She only relented a few months later when my parents promised that I would go to college. This was the start in my life. And 17 years later, I did go to college. But I naively chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. And all of my working class parents' savings were being spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I couldn't see the value in it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. And here I was, spending all the money my parents had saved their entire life. So I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me and begin dropping in on the ones that looked far more interesting. It wasn't all romantic. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friends' rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5-cent deposits to buy food with. And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it. And much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. Let me give you one example. Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country. Throughout the campus, every poster, every label on every drawer was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating. None of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I had never dropped in on that single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts. And since Windows just copied the Mac, it's likely that no personal computer would have them. If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference. My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? Well, as Apple grew, we hired someone who I thought was very talented to run the company with me. And for the first year or so, things went well. But then our visions of the future began to diverge, and eventually we had a falling out. When we did, our board of directors sided with him. And so at 30, I was out, and very publicly out. What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down, that I had dropped the baton as it was being passed to me. I met with David Packard and Bob Noyce and tried to apologize for screwing up so badly. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple had not changed that one bit. I'd been rejected, but I was still in love. And so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. Pixar went on to create the world's first computer animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next, and I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. And Lorene and I have a wonderful family together. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking, don't settle. My third story is about death. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and it clearly showed a tumor on my pancreas. I didn't even know what a pancreas was. The doctors told me this was almost certainly a type of cancer that is incurable, and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try and tell your kids everything. You thought you'd have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up so that it will be as easy as possible for your family. It means to say your goodbyes. I lived with that diagnosis all day. Later that evening, I had a biopsy where they stuck an endoscope down my throat, through my stomach and into my intestines, put a needle into my pancreas and got a few cells from the tumor. I was sedated, but my wife, who was there, told me that when they viewed the cells under a microscope, the doctors started crying because it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery, and thankfully, I'm fine now. This was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you with a bit more certainty than when death was a useful but purely intellectual concept. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not far from here in Menlo Park, and he brought it to life with his poetic touch. This was in the late 60s, before personal computers and desktop publishing, so it was all made with typewriters, scissors, and Polaroid cameras. It was sort of like Google in paperback form 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic, overflowing with neat tools and great notions. Stuart and his team put out several issues of the Whole Earth Catalog, and then, when it had run its course, they put out a final issue. It was the mid-1970s, and I was your age. On the back cover of their final issue was a photograph of an early morning country road, the kind you might find yourself hitchhiking on if you were so adventurous. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself. And now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you all very much.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept. having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. I got 3 reasons. First, you will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. I'm telling you, embrace it, because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. So I'm in the wings, I'm about to go on stage, but the guy in front of me, he's singing like Pavarotti, and I'm just shrinking, I'm getting smaller and smaller. So they say, oh, thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from us. So I come out with my little sheet music, and I start, I'm going to sing. I'm like, it's just my imagination. And they're not saying anything, so I'm thinking I'm getting better. So I just start getting into it. So I assumed I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed, and I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break. And I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Here's my second point about failure. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on, the ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
welcome back to day 3 of Entrepreneur Masterclass. I'm so happy to see all of you here again today. So, before we get started, you know what's next. We're gonna do a dance, so please turn on your cameras. Come on, turn on your cameras. Stand up and find a place to shake and move your body. All right, come on. Turn on your cameras. Come on, get yourself ready. I'm ready, so make sure you are. Come on. All right. So, without further ado, come on, let's bring on the music.
Welcome, everyone. Give a round of applause to the crew.
Let's go. Woo, come on. Yeah. Keep it going. Come on, you guys are so awesome for the past few days. And I know you can do it even better. Come on, take your hips side to side and follow along the music. Come on. Move your body, pump up your energy. All right, now let's switch movements. All right, keep it going. Yes. Come on, enjoy the music. All right. Let's go back to the start. Woo. All right. Yes, come on. I hope your body's all pumped up. You're all ready for the class. Come on, keep it going. All right. Now let's switch up. Yes. Come on, you're almost there. Proud of yourself. You did so well. All right, everybody. You guys did so amazing once again. I'm so proud of you. Come on, you should be proud of yourself. So, without further ado, let's welcome the one and only Vvince Tan.
Hey everybody, welcome to day 3 of Entrepreneur Masterclass. Give yourself a huge round of applause, everybody. Alright, good. Come on, turn on the camera so I can see all of you. Alright, good. Okay. Good. Turn on. Alright, if not very lonely sometimes, okay? So, as usual, alright, before we start as usual, I want to get your help to let's encourage all our team members, all our classmates to come in, all right? Sometimes people need a little bit more encouragement. I get it. So, let's encourage all of them to come on board because today is going to be a very, very special day, okay? I'm going to share with you, the thing I told you about that, my client need to pay me 100, 200,000 only can listen to this strategy. Yes, today is like the 100x strategy, the 100x. All right, the strategy that is going to, especially this strategy called empire building. All right, so I want you all to type into the Telegram chat, go invite everybody in the classroom. All right, tell them, Vince is gonna share the 100x strategy. Okay, please come in now. Okay, come on. Go and encourage all of them, everybody. Because again, I don't like to leave anybody behind. And especially today, because I'm going to review that and that part is not going to be recorded at all, I will feel so heartache if anyone missed this session. Okay, so going to the coffee chat session, go and tell everybody, come in right now. Vince is going to share empire building strategy. Okay. All right. So, and I've seen a lot of you have done the homework as well, which is great. Let's give everyone who has done the homework a huge round of applause, everybody. I want to just acknowledge that because I know, it takes effort to make things happen. All right. And you got to understand, Without effort, nothing happens. All right. And sometimes people think too much. Sometimes people just don't do anything at all. All right. I mean, to me, stop thinking and do whatever it takes. All right. And I think that's really, really important. All right. I know you're busy. I know you're tired, but some of you still did it anyway. And that tells me really a lot about you, because you don't give excuses and you do whatever it takes. All right. So type in the Zoom chat, everybody. No excuses. Come on. I know some of you have not do it yet, but please commit to your own success. All right. If you don't do it here, you're not going to do it anywhere. I can assure you 100%. All right. And once you start doing the exercise for the first time, the second time is going to be so much easier. That's the reason why I force every single one of you to do it at least once in the workshop, because the second time is going to be so much easier. And I'm sure you agree with me on that as well. First time will be the hardest. Second time is 50% easier. Third time is 75% easier. By the fourth time, right, it's a piece of cake for you already. All right. So at least do it once here. Okay. And the second thing I want you to type in the Zoom chat is do whatever it takes. Come on, everybody. Type in the Zoom chat. Do whatever it takes. Let's remind everybody as well. All right. You see, I want all of you to succeed, and I want all of you to wish that everyone else succeed as well. Because we are who we mix with, all right? So that's the reason why the power of a community, the power of a team is very, very important, okay? You mix with the right people, you will get the right result. You mix with the wrong people, you get the wrong result. Simple as that. How many of you agree you are who you mix with? This concept, type in a yes into the chat, all right? So remember, please, don't overthink. You cannot think your way to perfection, You cannot think, and then end up not doing anything about it, all right? You can only do until perfection. Some people, they are so afraid, so fearful, so scared of taking risks, so scared of making mistakes. You know what? Stop shortchanging yourself in life, all right? There's no way you can succeed in life by not making any mistake at all. There's no way you can succeed in life without taking any risk at all. It's just that sometimes we cook up this risk until we think so much until it becomes such a big fear to us. Is that clear, everybody? All right? You will fail and make mistakes along the way, but that does not mean that you're a failure, All right, making mistake is part and parcel of success. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, please anchor down. Mistake, all right, and challenges and all this is just part of success. Don't be afraid about it. In fact, the more mistakes you make, the more challenges you face, the faster you are that you're going to succeed in life. All right, because every master was once a disaster. Why someone is called an expert is because that person has made every single mistake in their industry. That's why they're called an expert. You understand what I'm trying to say? People that make almost every single mistake in their industry, that's why they're called an expert. Make sense? All right? So start falling in love with risk. Start falling in love with making mistakes. All right? Start falling in love with challenges. CK. Oh yeah, by the way, CK is going to be here today on sharing with you how we got started with Oxwhite. Started with just one concept of selling a white shirt. A white shirt. Nothing special. Really nothing special, but how we can turn nothing special to a 20 million business within 16 months. Okay, how did he did it? What happened? He's going to share with you today as well. That's why I told you, all right, that I'm going to prove to you that you don't need a genius idea or original idea. Okay, but what you need is strategy. Okay, so or maybe some of you say my brain, right? Yeah, I mean, my brain is not for sale. Okay, so don't fight with Vvince Tan, work with Vvince Tan. Okay, all right. So with that said, are you ready? If you're ready, type in ready. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so pressure creates diamond. Okay, pressure creates diamond. Now, why I want to share this with you, because I thought that was quite fascinating, because sometimes, we hear people say that, oh my God, so much of pressure. But you know what? Pressure creates diamond, okay? And fire refines gold, all right? If you make decision based on comfort, soon you'll be very uncomfortable. How many of you agree with that? Type in a yes into the chat, all right? Make uncomfortable decision today so that you can be comfortable for the rest of your life. All right. Just like the saying goes, pay the price today so that you can pay any price you want for the rest of your life. All right. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. This is quite funny because sometimes, right, a lot of people keep doing the same thing again and again and again, right? And they hope that one day they get a totally different result. No, that's not going to happen. If you want a different result, you got to do things, what? You got to do things differently. Okay. So, you know, all these words that I hear very often, you know, uncomfortable, pressure, fire, unknown, uncertainty, new, never done before, scary, risk, fear, get laughed at. You know, actually, it leads you to the opposite. All right. Being comfortable forever, you know, being successful, being rich, being, access to luxury, freedom, choices, in control, do unlimited good, live the life that you want, power to say yes or no, and have the last laugh at. All right. So what if any of these words on the left hand side appear in your head, remember the words on the right hand side. Okay. You want to anchor to the words on the right hand side so that you will continue to move forward. Okay. The quality of you and your loved one's life is in direct proportion to how much uncertainty that you can deal with. The quality of you and your loved one's life is in direct proportion to how much uncertainty you can deal with. I'm just curious, just wondering, you know, when you succeed in life, you want to achieve all this success, or, you know, you want to achieve certain financial freedom, all this, right? Actually, who are you doing this for? I'm just curious. Are you doing this for someone in particular? What's that one important person that you're trying to do this for? Is it for your husband, for your wife, for your children, for your loved ones, for your family, for your father, for your mother? Who is it? Or even for your grandmother? Can you type in the Zoom chat? I'm just curious, like, who are you doing this for? And why are you doing this for them? All right. I mean, to me, this is important. Actually, this is very important. Okay. If you're doing this for someone else, I mean, like to maybe repay back to someone else, you're grateful for something. All right. That's good because you are grateful. Okay. I think that's very important. Being grateful is very important. How many of you agree with that? Type in a yes. Being grateful, do you agree is important? I believe that's a very important thing to have because you remember and you care and you are thankful. All right. So this is something that I truly believe in as well. Okay. So, you know, sometimes, right, when you do something new or you have a new idea, a new business that you want to do, okay, it may sound a bit crazy. And you know what? Most of the time, right, first, they will ignore you. You know, if you say, I want to do a business, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be successful, they'll ignore you first. And then when you try to do something about it, they will laugh at you. Because why? At the initial stage, of course, you're not going to get result immediately, isn't it? So they're going to laugh at you. It's like, oh my God, I told you cannot. I told you won't succeed. I told you should stop dreaming. You know, and then they laugh at you because you're trying to do it, okay? And as you do it, you start to get result, then they'll start to fight you, okay? And then ultimately, you win. All right, so remember this, go all in. Come on, everybody, type into the Zoom chat, go all in. To me, it's very important that you go all in, all right? Okay, so let's talk about growth, okay? I mean, we have covered quite a lot over the last few days, you know, from the mindset, from the idea, from the lean canvas to give you clarity of the idea. And then after that, we talk about validation, which is super important to make sure you have a highest chance of success before you even start a business, all the different ways to validate it. And then after that, you know, building the MVP, the minimum viable product, so that you can go out to the market in the shortest period of time. All right. And then after that, now that you go to the market already, you know, you want to continue to grow this business. This is what we're going to talk about. How do you grow a business? You know, when I tell people grow a business, they'll be like, Vince, what do I do? You know, so many things to think about. Well, I'm going to make it very simple for you in today's session, okay? And you'll see it in a short while. I want to introduce to you this thing called AARR matrix. Double A, triple R. What is this about? I'm going to go through it with you right now, okay? So, the first A is actually acquisition. How do you get people to find your website, find your shop, install your app? Okay, that means the first step, all right, acquisition, getting people to know you. And then after they come to you, to your shop or whatever, how do you activate them? Turn them from a prospect to a customer. You see, people who are interested does not mean they're going to turn into a customer, isn't it? So there is actually a process called activation, which a lot of people actually missed out, all right? To turn a prospect into a customer, okay? And then after that, how do you retain them? After they become a customer, how do you get them to come back again and again and again and again, all right? And then how much money you generate, how much revenue you generate from each customer. And then last but not least, how many people they refer to you, you know, to bring you more customers, right? So let's go through each and every one of these with a little bit more details, okay? So the first one, acquisition. How do you get people to know you, come to your website, come to your shop and all that? There's a lot of different strategy, okay? Partnership and email marketing is one of the most common one, which I love a lot, all right? Because it requires you to pretty much negotiate rather than pay for it, okay? So, you know, partnership and email marketing, I promote you, you promote me. This can happen especially when you and the person that you want to partner up with are not competing with each other, but going after the same market. For example, if you are selling, let's say, baby products, and the other person is selling women's clothing, do you think there's a chance that the customers that buy, women's clothing can potentially be your customer as well? A certain percentage, right? Because, women usually are the one that, buy the baby products for their kids, okay? But are you competing with them? Is your baby product business competing with the women's clothing business? No, you are not competing. But there are certain overlap of the customer. So therefore, both of you can form some kind of partnership, cross-promotion, all right? They can promote you, you can promote them, and then give them some commission and things like that, all right? And all this partnership and email marketing and all this kind of cross-promotion can happen between online, offline, offline, online, 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 offline, offline. It can work in various ways. Sometimes even I see people do a cross-promotion with Starbucks. You buy a Starbucks coffee, then they give you a voucher to buy something online. I remember this happened to some of the e-commerce store when they started that time. All right, buy a cup of Starbucks coffee, get a $30 voucher to buy something online. So that is bringing people from offline to online. All right, and I love doing this very much actually. Before I jump into all this other strategy, SEO, SEM. SEO is search engine optimization. All right, that means getting ranked on the search engine. SEM is search engine marketing, which is paid advertising. All right. Now, I don't want to talk too much about SEO because it's a very technical thing. All right. But if you want to get SEO done, you should go and hire somebody to do it for you. All right. Don't try to do it by yourself. But I give you one very quick tip that you can potentially leverage on SEO is that, when you search online, half of the time, right, you will see a lot of popular websites is ranked up there. For example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Wikipedia, a few of all these like very popular websites. No matter what you search, this type of website seems to appear one, correct or not? So how do you leverage on this? Very simple. If you go to all these websites to create free profile, you can go to Facebook, create a free Facebook page, right? LinkedIn page, all right? Instagram account, you can open up a Blogspot account to create your own blog. There's a lot of all these websites that can create a free profile, correct or not? And most of the time, people either create their personal profile or they create a company profile. Am I right? Now, you can leverage on all these websites to create free profile with the keyword that people are searching for. For example, I'll give you a very simple example because I teach this to one of the local businesses conference before. That time, I didn't know how local until when I arrived there only I realized, right, I'm talking about plumbers, aircon, all gardeners, like all these kind of service providers, okay? So I teach them, I said, why don't you go and open all this Facebook profile, LinkedIn profile, all these different profile with the keyword of your services and the location. So for example, if you are a plumber in London, you open plumber London, all right? Or if you are in Kuala Lumpur, plumber Kuala Lumpur. Or if you are in Jakarta, maybe Jakarta is a bit big. You try to choose a smaller city, right? Instead of saying plumber Jakarta, maybe it's a smaller city, all right? So it depends on the point is your profession followed by the local name, your location name. Because when people want to search for plumbers to fix their toilet or whatever, they'll usually search for plumbers available in followed by the location name, isn't it? The city, the town or whatever, right? So I told them you should do this kind of profile so that when people search for these keywords, your profile will show up. And I know it works because one of them took action. And I actually received message from this person because he said, hey Vince, that day you teach us about creating all this free profile, with the keyword of our services and the location. Well, I have a problem. I said, what problem? My phone cannot stop ringing. I said, that's a good problem, right? They say, how do I stop it? I'm like, what do you mean? Why you want to stop it? He said, I cannot handle anymore. So after that, I said, why don't you if you cannot do the job, why don't you sell these leads to someone else? I'm sure you know another plumber, right? That you can sell the leads to, maybe get $5 for it, for every deal. And then he was like, huh? We can sell this? You know, sometimes it's something that's obvious to me, may not be obvious to a lot of people. When I tell them to sell it, because they are thinking that these things are like free of charge. How do you sell it? So you can sell it, all right? You can sell leads. And you know what happened? He ended up, became too smart and create all the pages for every single city and town, even though he's not there, and start selling the leads. I was like, excuse me, I didn't teach you how to become a digital marketer, right? So, but anyway, I mean, I'm just want you guys to know that creating all this free profile, right? It's very powerful, all right? Like if you are running a cake shop, you know, and put in all the different type of cakes and then followed by different location, all right? The name. Or if you are an repair guy, you know, or you are an electrician, or you have a restaurant or whatsoever, right? You can just flood the entire internet with all these different profile, all right? With the keywords, you know, or maybe even putting keywords like a best plumber, best electrician, top plumbers, all right? Top 10 plumbers, all right? Followed by the location name. All these are the keywords you use for your profile instead of putting your name. Is that clear? That's the strategy. In fact, you can go to this website called NameCheck, NameChk.com. All right, I'll get my team to put it into the Zoom chat. NameCheck, NameChk.com. Over there, you can enter a keyword. They'll search for all the social media profile that you can create for free, whether the keyword is available or not. Okay, that will save you a lot of time. All right. So, SEM, I mean search engine marketing. That means paid advertising. All right. Get somebody to do it for you if you're not the right person to do it. All right. Social media marketing is the same. To me, I just want to point out to you is that Google and Facebook, unfortunately, you like it or not, is still the two biggest advertising platform. All right. I mean, you don't have to focus on anything else, you know, if you don't have time for it. Facebook, Instagram, Google, and YouTube. Okay. And if you got too much time, you got too much of resources, then maybe TikTok. That's it. Okay. And then content marketing basically is about putting out articles on the internet. Hopefully Google will pick it up. And then after that, you know, when people read the article, they will come to your website. Okay. So you will usually publish the article on your website. For example, if you are selling flowers, your online boutique. So what you do is that you have a section on your website to publish all these articles. Maybe you call it blog, maybe update news ideas or whatever. All right. So you might have an article to say that 5 ideas, flower ideas for Valentine's Day, 3 types of flower to send during Mother's Day, whatever it is. So then when people search in Google, ideas for Valentine's Day, maybe your article will appear on the Google search result. People will click on it, go to your website, read the article. And at the bottom of the article, you might tell them, are you interested to buy flowers? Click here to buy. Make sense to you guys? That's how you do it. And I can tell you, article is really powerful. A good article can get up to 2,000 visitors per day. All right. And if you do a lot of article every single day or every single week, after 1 year, you're talking about a few million traffic coming in for literally free of charge. Of course, the article is not free. You hire somebody to do it for you. All right. But this is something a lot of people missed out. Okay. Now, activation. Basically, you see, when somebody interested, they come to your website, they go to your shop. All right. They look at it. It doesn't mean that they're going to buy it, isn't it? For example, if you're a retail shop, how many shops that you have been to, right, where they'll be putting somebody in front of the shop to welcome you and ask you, is this your first time? How many of you have seen that? All right. I mean, I've seen it as well, but it's just that it's not very often, isn't it? All right. And in fact, it's quite rare. It's quite a shame, you know, because if they put somebody in front of the shop to help you to see if you're the first time customer, and if it's the first time, they offer to try to give you a guide. All right, I can tell you that salary for that person would have been worth paying for, because that person would have made much more money for the company. You know, it's such a shame that they let people go into the shop and then walk out of the shop and never buy any products. All right. Now, I know you might say that, oh, Vince, because some people don't like, you know, to be asked if this is the first time. Now, in terms of that, it's just a matter of how you design to make people feel comfortable. All right. So my point to you is activation is very important. Even a website. How many websites do they have like this button that say that, is this your first time? How many websites got that button? Not many. I only know banks are usually one that has it. You see, if you have the button that says that, is this your first time? Click here. That will be very powerful. You know why? Because if anybody that click that button, you know that they are first time customer, they are first time coming into your website. So then that website will be, that page will be designed very well to especially welcome the first time visitors, right? And that will give you the highest chance of success, because most of the time, 96 to 99% of people come to the website, they will never buy anything and they'll leave the website. So that's the reason why activation is so important. Just like 100 people coming to the shop, only a certain percentage will buy something from the shop. All right, so always think about what is the activation process to turn prospect who are interested to eventually be a purchase. All right. Retention. How do you get them to come back again and again and again? Give them discount code, promo code, all right? Promotion, all right? Reminders, email, SMS, retargeting, all right? These are the very common way of retention, okay? Revenue, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but afterward, I'll explain to you why revenue is part of this formula, okay? For now, you just need to know revenue means you have to track down how much money you make, all right, for each and every customer that comes through the door, okay? And then the last one, referrals. How do you get your customer who already purchased your product to bring more customer to you? Do you give them incentive? Do you give them free upgrade? Do you give them promo code? Do you give them commission? I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving them commission anyway. Because why? Because they love your product. They are your best salesperson, all right? And you're already spending money on Google ads, Facebook ads. Why don't you take the same commission? I mean, the money you pay to Facebook, Google, to pay to your customers as well. In fact, a very good referral program will increase your business dramatically, all right? So, what I want you to do is this, yeah, okay? Hold on, just give me a quick second. I'm just gonna do something here, yeah? I'm gonna load up something. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna load up something here. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So when I show you all these different triple, double A, triple R, now how to simplify this whole thing is like this, okay? What you will want to do is to create this growth matrix, okay? On the left-hand side is the AARR, okay? At the top is all these different marketing channel, Facebook, Google, billboard, television, radio, whatever it is, okay? So you're gonna plug in the numbers. For example, if you advertise on Facebook, you have 1,000 customers, 1,000 visitors, okay? Out of 1,000 visitors, at the end, you only manage to activate one to become your customer. Is that good or bad? Bad, all right? So where's the problem? The problem is with the activation for the Facebook marketing part. So go and fix the activation, all right? Maybe you need to make people to call the prospect, all right, to convert them. So then after that, measure again. This time, out of 1,000, you got 100 activated become customer. Very good. Move to the next one. Out of 100, how many come back again and again and again and again? 0. Oh no, that's the problem. Retention problem. Okay, so go and fix the retention problem. Okay, once you fix that, the number comes back up again. Very good. Move on. How much money you make per customer on average from Facebook? Okay, $150. And then how many they refer? They refer 50 customers. Okay, healthy, very good. So do the same thing for all the different marketing channels that you do, okay? So that every time when you track the numbers, you will know. If one number dropped dramatically from the previous phase, you know the problem is, for example, television, 1,200 prospect, ended up with 15 become customer. So where's the problem? Activation problem for the television channel, all right? So fix it, television advertisement. Okay, and then continue to track after that. Got it? So with this very simple matrix, you will know every single day whether your business is good or not good, or where's the problem. In fact, this is the same thing that I ask from my CEOs and the business partners, all right? I ask them to track this number in their business. If anytime any of this number drop, I know where's the problem. In fact, they also know where's the problem as well. Make sense to you guys? Don't you think this is very simple, very straightforward? One glance, you can see everything. Agree? All right. So this is how I simplify it for you. Okay. It doesn't get any more simple than that. Using this, track the numbers. Anytime a number drop, see where's the problem. Go and fix the problem for that particular stage. That's it. Okay. So there is actually a growth canvas. All right, that you guys can do. In fact, end of today, I want you guys to give it a try. Okay, for the business idea that you have been using in this workshop for the last few days, ask yourself, what will be the AA triple R for your business idea? What's the acquisition strategy? Okay, is it advertising, Facebook, or whatever, SEO? And then how you activate them to become customer. After activating them, how do you retain them to come back again and again and again? Now, revenue, you can keep it empty. Okay, revenue, you don't have to fill it up. And then referrals. How do you get your customers to tell other customers? And then at the bottom, if you look at it, there's one extra thing called revive. So this is something I add on recently to help me to further strengthen this framework, which is, you know, customer that come to you, buy something from you, and then after that, they disappear, 12 months, 18 months, they don't come back again. So how do you revive all these kind of customers that has long gone? Okay, if you can think about that, do you call them up? Do you give them some very big incentive, very big gift or whatever to get them to come back again after so long? Put in your revive strategy. Okay, everybody? This is actually a very simple exercise. You could have done it within like 5-10 minutes kind of thing. Okay, practice at the end of this session. Okay, I think this is helpful for you. Okay, so that is the growth AA triple R. All right. Now, next is gonna be so exciting. Okay, let me load up the next section for you guys. Just give me a second. All right. So this next section, I'm gonna continue. I would say this is like an advanced version of growth strategy. Okay, I need you to pay a lot of attention. I will be telling you some keywords and terms first before I tell you the strategy. Okay. The first term I want to share with you is what I call as front-end product. All right. So front-end is basically the first product that people usually see when they look at your business. Okay. This is the product that you want most of your customer to buy first. It's called the front-end. Think about front, you know, in front. Okay. So front-end product is to acquire customer. Back-end product is to produce profit. So back-end basically means that after people buy the first product, what are the second or third or fourth or fifth product that you sell to them? Okay, so front, back. Easy to understand, front, back. Okay, front is the first, back is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th product. All right, and then customer lifetime value is to crush your competitor. Customer lifetime value basically means that someone who become your customer in his or her lifetime becoming your customer, maybe they are your customer for 12 months or 18 months. How much money they spend, how much product they buy, that is called customer lifetime value. Is that clear? So with this, I want to introduce to you this strategy. Okay, so bear with me. A lot of explanation to do. All right. So let's say front end product, you charge $20, and the cost to get one customer is also $20. The result is break even. Understand so far? Okay, very simple. You spend $20 on advertising to eventually get one customer to buy your product at $20. So your marketing is $20 to make back $20. So at the end, break even. Now, I'm not going to talk about HR costs, operation costs, product costs, all these kind of costs. I don't want to talk about it. I want to keep it simple for now to explain to you. Is that clear? I'm just going to talk about I spent $20 on marketing to get one person to buy something at $20. So spend $20 to make $20. So therefore, break even. Everybody understand that? Type in yes first for now. Okay. All right. Now next, after they buy the front end product, go to the next product, back end. Okay. The back end product is $300. Now, every 10 front end sale, that means every 10 sales on the front end, there will be one person that will buy one of this back end product for $300. So the result is $300 profit. Why? Because in the front end, I break even only. But someone out of the 10 person that buy the front end, one person will buy the back end, and I make a $300 profit. All good? Okay. I'm gonna expand this even further, yeah? Now, front end product is $20. The cost to get one customer to purchase is $30. You spend $30 to do marketing, you get one person to buy at $20. Result is negative $10. I will lose money. All good? Now go to the back end. 10 person that buy the front end, 1 person will buy the back end. So at the end, 10 person that buy the front end, I will lose $10 per person, right? So 10, I will lose $100. But the back end is $300. I will have one sale. So 10 times negative 10 is negative 100 plus 300. So therefore, I still make $200. Everybody okay? If you're not okay, please let me know. There is a good mathematics teacher that I can recommend to you. Okay. Now, I'm going to push this concept further. After they buy this back-end product, you sell them even more product. So this next product that you sell to them, after they buy the back-end product, every 10 this one is cost $500. Every 10 of the back-end sales, there will be one extra product sale at $500. So 10 back-end sales, the second one, the 10 back-end sales, each one is $200, right? If 10, you make a profit of $2,000 plus one back-end, $500. So your profit is $2,500. All good? All right. So my question to you is this. Assuming that this is your business, these are your numbers, can you afford to give your front-end product for free of charge or not? What do you think? Yes or no? Okay, some say yes. Some of you say preferably not. Now let's do a simulation. So front end is free of charge, but the marketing cost is $30. So you lose $30 for every person that take your product for free. Okay. Out of every 10 person that take your product for free, 1 person will buy your back-end product at $300. So 10 times negative 30, I lose $300 for 10 of the front end, but every 10 front end, 1 back end sale, $300. So therefore, negative 300 plus positive 300, I break even. So at this junction, I didn't make any money. I didn't lose money as well. Okay. But every 10 back end sale, there'll be 1 back end sale. I mean, the $500 product. So I break even there. I make 1 sale at the back end, which is $500. So therefore, I still make a $500 profit. All good so far? My question to you is this. If you give out your front end for free, how many customers you'll get? Unlimited. Exactly. All right. I mean, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. All right. I don't know if you can see this or not. Okay. If you give out your front end product for free, of course, you're going to get a hell lot of customers. All right. Who doesn't like free things? Now, I'm not going to argue about people that come and take the free product are not good customers. I mean, obviously there'll be certain percentage that's not good. All right. I mean, they're not going to be high quality. Okay. That is business challenges you just have to deal with. All right. But I want you to understand this concept. Actually, if you put in enough product one after another, you eventually break even and then you start to make money. So you just have to find the break even point. Once you got a break even point, you add one more product in, congratulations, you are already going to be a millionaire. Simple as that. All right? It's truly as simple as that. As long as you understand this, you will know that eventually you will become a millionaire, because all you have to do is to build this sequence of products until the point that you break even and start making money. And when you start making money, then you know what? You're not afraid to spend money on advertisement anymore, isn't it? You can advertise as much as possible because you know you're going to make money eventually. Make sense, everybody? That's the concept, all right? Now, you can even expand this concept even further, okay? You can have different front-end product to target different type of market. For example, if you are selling shampoo, maybe you can have a shampoo for men, shampoo for women, shampoo for dandruff, shampoo for whatever. 80% of the formula is the same, maybe only 20% different. All right. And then from there, they come back to the same back end. Because why? All these people want to care about their hair and their scalp. So you will still be selling, a hair related product and things like that. You get what I'm trying to say? So using different front end product to hit different market is also a very powerful strategy. Because why? Because at the end of the day, I mean, when you do a different fine product, it will sound like it's more relevant to those market. For example, you sell sanitizer, hand sanitizer. You can do the same hand sanitizer for all the different market, you know, hand sanitizer for women, hand sanitizer for men, hand sanitizer for active lifestyle people, but 90% is the same thing, you know, only 10% difference. All right, hold on, give me a second. Everybody good so far? Okay, now this is a very powerful concept. Okay, now I want to give you even more. All right, are you ready for more? I'm going to give you one more. This is super powerful. All right, this is called a super kick-ass strategy. Okay, I want you guys to really pay attention. All right, the keyword here is MCLTV. Now, what is MCLTV? Okay, it's called maximum customer lifetime value. All right, now listen carefully. Yeah. This is the one that, you know, people have to pay a lot of money to listen, okay? So, you know, if assuming you have a business where the customer come in, you have offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer 4, all right? And, you know, maybe your all these different offer, it takes you up to 12 months to introduce to your customer, all right? And if your customer buy every single one of these product, then your customer's maximum lifetime value is $1,000, for example. I'm just using this as an example, okay? The example is you have 4 products, okay? And these 4 products, it takes up to 12 months to introduce to customer. And if customer buy every single one of them, then the total maximum customer lifetime value is $1,000, all right? Now, this is what's gonna happen. I will then tell you, okay? By the way, this strategy should easily double, triple, or even 10x your business. Yeah, all of you who got existing business or don't have business, please listen up. I will then tell you this. I said, I want you to add additional product to the point that the maximum customer lifetime value is $20,000. Okay, then you'll be like, oh my God, how can I do this? You know, how can I think of all this product? So I want you to think, I want to force you to think, all right? I can tell you, like even dentists also can think of this. You know, you are doing whitening, you are doing tooth extraction. Well, maybe you can even send all this, a customer who is doing, you know, all this teeth related stuff, right? Maybe they want to do Botox jab, they want to do aesthetic. You can send them to another aesthetic clinic and do a JV deal with them. You know, go and, you know, strike a deal with them so that they can give you commission for every customer. Why not? Does not mean that the offer or the product has to be coming from you directly. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, my point to you is, I want you to add as much product as possible so that if a customer buy everything that you got to offer, they have to spend up to $20,000. Okay, so then you think and think and think and think, and then eventually you add 100 offer. You'll be like, oh, Vince, I finally did it. But to introduce 100 offer, it takes you up to 36 months because you'll be like, okay, Vince, if I want to introduce so many products, I need to do email marketing, SMS, phone call, Zoom call, whatever call, all right? So it might take me up to 36 months to introduce 100 products. Then my next step number 2, I'll tell you, I want you to squeeze down from 36 months down to 12 months. Again, you'll tell me, oh my God, Vince, how is this possible? You know, cannot be done and blah, 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 and all these things. Then you try and try and try and try. Maybe you combine this marketing and this marketing. Maybe you shorten the time for this. All these things you do. At the end, you say, oh my God, finally, I managed to do it, to bring down to 12 months. Then I'll tell you, congratulations. You have easily increased your business by 10x. All right? Because 12 months to introduce 4 products to make $1,000 compared to 12 months offer with 100 offers and, you know, maximum customer lifetime value of 20,000. I'm sure you agree with me that, you know, the second one is going to make you so much more money. Now, why this is such a powerful concept? I tell you why. Number 1, if I don't force you, right, you will never think about adding more product. And most of the time, a lot of entrepreneurs only have 1 or 2 products to begin with. But, you know, and they usually only add new products if like customer keep asking for it and all that. And if they are motivated, then they might add the second product or third product or fourth product. But if I force you to think from day one to stack up all this offer ahead of time, all right, and I even ask you to squeeze the timeline down shorter, I guarantee you, you're going to make so much more money. Make sense, everybody? So any one of you who have a business right now, who have 1 or 2 or 3 products right now, I can tell you, you left a lot of money on the table. You should be adding more and more product line, okay? And then squeeze the time of promoting all these different products as short as possible. I know some of you are going to say, but Vince, not all customers can afford to buy so many products in a short period of time. I know that. I'm not expecting a customer to buy every single thing, you know, but it's because I introduce them to all these products. So sometimes a customer may not buy your product number 3, but they might buy the product number 4, and they skip product 5 and 6. They buy product number 7. If you didn't add all these things, the customer will never know the existence of product 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that clear, everybody? All right. This, I can tell you, I give you a very simple example. If you're a company secretary, helping people to register for the new company, okay? Register for new company, all right? You're providing this service. Let me ask you, what other things can you offer besides helping people to set up company? Come on, everybody, type into the Zoom chat, all right? Squeeze your brain right now. What other product and services you can offer to the customer who are registering their business with you? What other thing can you do for them? What other thing you can potentially do for them besides registering for a new company? Accounting, auditing, taxation, all right? Design work, logo design, name card design, stationery design, website design, marketing, all right? HR, recruitment, all right? Bank loans. What else? All right? So many things that you can offer to them, you see? If you think hard enough, at least 5 to 10 extra services. And these 5 to 10 services doesn't mean you have to do it first, you know. You can work with partners first. You can work with digital marketers, freelancers, all these people first, you know. So if you do that and stack up properly, you're going to make so much more money. Imagine if company secretary just focus on 1 or 2 things or 3 things, you know, how much of things they miss out. If they squeeze and maximize it, they'll make so much money. Even dentists as well. I can tell you, there was this dentist that came to me. I teach him this same thing. You know, at first it's very hard for dentists. They think, and then they eventually come up. He come up with like from 3 to 5 services. He end up having like 30 services. Of course, half of it not his one. You know, he worked with other people, and even he has like supplement, vitamin pills, all these things, a lot, tooth whitening, all these different things. You know, even products as well. At the end, you know what happened after this whole exercise? His business, instead of doing like 1 point something million, he ended up doing about 4 to 5 million a year. And he was telling me like, Vince, why you never came to my life earlier? You know, I don't know, for the last 10 years, I wasted how many millions of dollars already. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. All right. So please, I hope you remember this thing that I just teach you. It's going to be very helpful for you for the rest of your life. Got it? Now, I'm going to give you another one. This is the ultimate one. Okay, everybody, pay attention now. This is called the domination strategy. All right. Now, when you have customers, you know, coming into your business, and then as you grow your business more and more, okay, and I always say, right, remember I talked about why I want you to eventually, you know, front end give it for free is because I want you to build a big customer base, like a distribution network, all right? So when you have a lot of customers coming in, I'm sure your business also work with other vendors and suppliers, correct or not? And when you work with other vendors and suppliers, I mean, people that supply you products, services, or whatever, right? And as you grow a business, you're going to work with even more vendors and suppliers, isn't it? Okay. And sometimes you might even have vendor and supplier work with each other as well, because you want them to grow as well. All right. Now, here's the thing. As your business grow aggressively, having so much of customers, I'm sure you will become a very significant customer to the vendor and supplier as well. Okay. And especially if you are working with the second and the third and the fourth in the market, don't work with the top. You work with the top, right? I mean, it's usually not a very good choice. If you work with the second tier or the number 2 or number 3 or number 4, they are much hungrier for your business. They are much more willing to go all out for you. All right. Now, when you work with this kind of supplier vendor, sometimes it'll come to one point that you potentially end up, maybe you contribute 20-30% of their business, or even 40-50% of their business came from you. Okay. Now here's the thing. Listen very carefully. You will then go to this vendor and supplier and talk to them, and you say, hey, we've been supporting you for the last 2-3 years, and then 30-40% of your business came from me, right? Now I want to take it to the next level. Okay, I want to take this relationship to the next level. Can I invest some money into your business and become your shareholder? And why I want to do this, because I really want to further strengthen our relationship, and I want to further support you even more. Okay, I don't want to think about other supplier anymore. I just want to support you. Okay, so and that's the reason why I want to invest in you and become your shareholder. Okay, let me ask you, do you think they'll say yes to you? In fact, the question is, do you think they dare to say no to you? You get what I'm trying to say? So, if you are supplying 40-50% of your business to them, right? I mean, their business 40-50% came from you. It's very unlikely they'll say no to you, because they would like to work with you closer, because they know that you have been helping them, right? So why not? So eventually, from vendor and supplier, they become potentially your subsidiary. Okay, because you invest in them, they are shareholder, they are sort of like a small little subsidiary. And you know what? You also teach them how to do the same thing to their vendor and supplier as well. So end up, you have a lot of subsidiary. Okay, and you see, as you grow this domination plan, I mean, all these companies that you invest in, they also have their own customers as well, isn't it? And potentially, certain percentage of this customer may be relevant to your business as well. So you can tell them, please send your customer to me also. I'm happy to give you commission also, no the problem. All right. And that is how you end up building this domination strategy. It's a super powerful strategy. All right. I don't know if you can see it or not. How many of you have this aha moment? All right. How many of you can see this? Type in a yes. All right, type in aha if this is hitting you. All right. Okay, so I mean, this is like a multi-million. This is a 8-9 figure kind of strategy. Yeah. All right. Now, some of you probably thinking, Vince, this sounds so far. Like I haven't even started my business. Some of you might think this way. So here's the thing, right? Why I'm exposing you to a 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure strategy, even though you may be just doing 5-6 figure, is because once you know the 8-9 figure strategy, don't you agree it's going to change the way you do your business, or even change your action from today onwards? Agree? Because if you only know 5-figure strategy or 6-figure strategy, then whatever you do today is just based on the 5-6 figure strategy. Then guess how much you're going to end up with? You end up with 5 and 6 figure. You understand what I'm saying? But if you know about 8-9 figure strategy, whatever you do today will be different, and you will potentially get closer to your 8-9 figure strategy. Is that clear, everybody? So that's the reason why I want to expose you to all these things. Okay, because that will change how you do things moving forward. All good? All right. Now I want to just quickly share this concept with you. It's called the A/B test or split test. Because this is also a big needle mover. Let me ask you a question. When you have a website now, and we put up this website online, how do you know this website will give you the highest chance of success and have the most sales? You won't know unless you test the design. Okay, so in our marketing world, there's something called A/B test and split test, where we test 2 or more design at the same time. Now, I know it sounds mind-boggling, like how can we test 2 design at the same time? Well, in short, there are technologies and software that can help you to split your traffic 50-50. 50% to design A, 50% to design B. At the end, the software will tell you A or B give you a better result. Okay? So, I'm not going to bore you with the technical things. You can go online and check for it, yeah? So let me give you an example. So this company selling project management software. So they test 2 design. Left is the original design. Right hand side is the long form design. Super long website. Okay, too long. I can't show you the whole thing. All right. Let me ask you a question. Which one you think perform better? The original short design or the long design works better? What do you think? Left or right? Type into the Zoom chat. Let me know. Okay, left or right? Okay. And the answer is Right hand side increased 37.5%. Wow, imagine that. Okay. This company, I believe, used to make about 10 million. And because of this one page test, increased another 3.7 million. It's very significant. Okay. Now, what about this? The original design versus the right hand side, the person design. That means having the person at the back there. Which one you think perform better? Left or right? Come on, put your vote, everybody. Do you think it's the left or the right hand side? What do you think? Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? And the answer is the person design increased 102.5%. Wow, that is double the business. From 10 million become 20 million. All right, 10 million become 20 million. Okay, so can you see now? One page can mean a big difference to your bottom line. All right. Now, what about this? The person design and the other one is the person plus the long version. Which one you think perform better, left or right? Since the person works better plus the long version works better, maybe it works better, is it? What do you think? Left or right? The answer is, oh no, the right hand side reduced 22.72%. All right. Now, what about boy versus girl? Which one you think works better? Come on, boy or girl, boy or girl, boy or girl. Put into the Zoom chat, boy or girl, boy or girl. Wow, a lot of you say girl. What is this lah? Okay, anyway, the answer is boy increased 4.78%. Oh my god. See, I told you, boy also can sell one, all right? Now, one more. Boy and boy, Will and John, which one works better? Come on, type into your Zoom chat. Will or John, Will or John, Will or John. Now I know your taste for guys, ladies. Okay, and the answer is Will increase 3.49%. Okay, why? I don't know. We just need to test. All right. Now, one last one. Mary or Brian? What do you think? Mary or Brian? Now a lot of you say Brian, very smart. You're right. Brian increased 2.2%. Okay. Now, one last one, very quick. A or B? Same words, different design a little bit. What do you think? This button is on the website. Which one gets more click? A or B? And the answer is A, increased 11%. Wow, imagine that. Looks almost the same design, but it's just some tiny changes can increase such a big difference. Okay. All right. Now, one more part I want to share with you. Okay, before I close off this topic, I would like to teach you how to write a killer headline. Do you want to learn how to write killer headline? I know nowadays we got a lot of different tools can help us with this, but I think this tool that is dependent on yourself to write a killer headline, I think it's going to be useful for you as well. All right. I don't know how long it's going to take you to write a killer headline, but when I teach you this formula, you can write a killer headline within 30 seconds. You want to learn it? Type in yes if you want to learn. Yes? Okay. Quick one. Okay. Very easy to learn as well. So a killer headline, there's 3 things you need to take into consideration. It's called ROT. Okay. R is result. What kind of result, your customers will get. Okay. O is objection. Why would they say no to you? What's the objection? Okay. And T is time frame. How long will it take for them to get this result? Okay. So I'm going to use a very simple example here. Okay. Let's just say you're selling a product to teach people how to be a better insurance salesperson. Selling insurance. Okay. So the result is learn to sell insurance. And the objection, what is the reason why a lot of people don't like to learn how to sell insurance? Why? Why people don't want to sell insurance? Is it because they don't know how to talk, or they got no network, or they got no friends? Okay, I'm going to use the objection of even if you got no friends. Okay, with time frame, how long? I'm just going to put a simple number here, in the next 7 days. All right. So the killer headline is learn to sell insurance even if you got no friends in the next 7 days. Ta-da! That's your killer headline. And you know what's the best part about this? You see, after teach you already, right? No value already, okay? I tell you, I spent like few $100,000 to learn about copywriting, okay? The best thing about this ROT is you can rearrange the ROT in any way you want. It still works as well, all right? Learn to sell insurance even you got no friends in the next 7 days. Learn to sell insurance in the next 7 days even you got no friends. In the next 7 days, learn to sell insurance even you got no friends. Even you got no friends, learn to sell insurance in the next 7 days. Easy or not? I can give. We can even do some funny one. Okay, let's just say you got a product that teach people how to. Okay, a product that teach a guy how to get a hot girlfriend. Okay, so the result is learn how to get hot girlfriend. The objection is, what's the common objection why guys are so afraid to get hot girlfriend? What's the reason? Some of you damn bad lah. You put there what? Nah, not handsome, ugly. Okay, shy, no money. Okay, objection. Even if you're not handsome. Okay, and how long? In the next 7 days. Okay, so learn to get hot girlfriend in the next 7 days. Even if you're not handsome. Even if you're not handsome, learn how to get hot girlfriend in the next 7 days. All right. Learn how to get even if you're not. In the next 7 days, learn how to get hot girlfriend even if you're not handsome. That's it. All right. Simple. Got it. Now I want you to test out this exercise in the class group, right? And compose a killer headline. Okay, for your product or services. Just for practice reasons, okay? All right, make sure you do that at the end of today, yeah? Okay, now, next thing. All right, by the way, has this been a good session so far? I tell you, what I just shared with you is super gold, all right? And I'm not even close to, 50%. There's even more things to come, yeah? All right? Okay, let's jump to the next section, guys. Give me a second here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna load up the next section, okay? Okay, now I don't know how many of you have heard of this before. Sometimes, when you say that, you have a certain dreams that you want to achieve and all that, people say, stop dreaming, be realistic. Heard of this before? Type in yes if you do. All right. Now, I'm here to tell you, do not be realistic. Reality is overrated. You never meant to be mediocre. You just got sidetracked. Because if you want to have a realistic dream, right? Congratulations, you are already living it right now. All right. So your dreams are not meant to be realistic. Okay. Dream as big as possible. And no one should ever take away from your dream. Is that clear, everybody? I want you to type in the Zoom chat. I deserve my dreams. Come on, everybody. Type in the Zoom chat. I deserve my dreams. And I want you to type in one more thing to remind yourself. I will protect my dreams no matter what. Type into the Zoom chat. I will protect my dreams no matter what. All right. And one last thing I want you to remind yourself. I will achieve my dreams no matter what. All right. So please remember that. Okay. Now, I want to teach you this thing called the elevator pitch. Okay. What's an elevator pitch? So, apparently, rumors has it that, last time there was somebody who wanted to pitch to an investor, but this investor was about to leave, to somewhere else. So what happened was this person rushed into the elevator with this investor. So ended up stuck in the elevator. So the investor said, okay, since we are stuck here, I'm going to give you a chance to pitch to me. You have 60 seconds, which is roughly the time from the floor they're in to the ground floor. So that was the reason why they call it the elevator pitch. I don't know if it's true or not, but sounds quite logical. All right. So this elevator pitch is a 60-second pitch that you will pitch to an investor because investors are so damn busy. All right. If you can't impress them in 1 minute, your chances are gone. All right. So I want all of you to learn this. Okay. So what does an elevator pitch contain? Number one, an introduction of your company. Okay. Introduce your company already. The next thing is state the problem that you're trying to solve. What is the problem? Okay. You take about 10-15 seconds to do that. And then the next thing is solution. What is your solution? And then followed by traction. What are the results that you have gotten so far? Attraction does not mean has to be just dollar and cent. Does not mean has to be just profit. Can be anything, including like, oh, we have done a survey with 100 people and 95% say yes, it's a good idea. That is also attraction as well. Okay. And then followed by vision. What is your big vision that you're trying to achieve? All right. We want to be the largest company in doing XYZ, all right, in the next 10 years, okay? And investment, how much money you need, what you need that money for, and maybe you might even say that, you know, you're willing to give out a certain percentage for that investment, okay? Can you do this? I want all of you to do this at the end of today's class. I want you to do an elevator pitch for your idea. Come on, everybody. You're a champion. Don't forget, we do whatever it takes. Make money or make excuse. Go all in. Can do or not? I can tell you this is a very important, very important exercise. Okay? Even if you don't have a lot of this information, you should just make it up and practice and do it at least once. All right? And upload into the class group channel. Okay? Because once you do it the first time, you're going to be so much better the next time. Okay or not? All right? And anyway, I have a template for you. Every time I show template, people will be like, oh, thank God there's a template. All right? Okay. So this template sounds like this. Hi, followed by your name, from company name. Today, what is the current problem? At company name, we do what we do, why we do, how we do it. We already have what is the traction that you have. Our vision is, followed by a big vision. We are seeking how much of investment, you know, and what we're going to do with the money, or even how much percentage we want to give. All right? So it may sound something like this. If I were to do this pitch for the, you know, the EduPow, the online learning platform, it may sound something like this. Hi, Vvince Tan here from EduPow. Today, many people want to learn all kinds of skills, but they simply don't have the time to do it. All right, and it's very troublesome to travel around to the city to learn something new. At EduPow, we provide an online learning platform for anyone to learn anything, anywhere at the comfort of their home. We already have over 10,000 customers in Malaysia and Indonesia. Our vision is to be the biggest online learning platform in Southeast Asia over the next 3 years and Asia in the next 5 years. We are seeking an investment of $1 million in exchange for 10% equity of our company, and we will be using that money to immediately expand, not just in Malaysia and Indonesia, but also in Singapore and Vietnam, Thailand as well. Thank you. Something like that. It's about a minute, all right? Sounds easy, right? But I mean, because I've done it for so many times, all right? So this elevator pitch, I want you to do your very best to keep it within 60 seconds. But don't make it shorter than 55 seconds, yeah? Don't purposely make it too short. 55 to 60 seconds, all right? So prepare the elevator pitch, write on a piece of paper, all right? And record the elevator pitch, you know, get somebody to hold the phone and the paper, just read it out, it's okay, all right? And upload into the class group, okay? This is super important again, is because there are many investors and high net worth individuals that will be watching your pitch. Even if the content is made up, it doesn't matter, everybody. Practice one time, you will be so much better, okay? I will also be monitoring as well, okay? Come on, do your very best, all right? Promise me that. Okay, so with that said, that's the elevator pitch. And now I am going to go on to the next section. You are in for a treat, okay? Hold on, I'm going to load up the next thing. All right, now let's get started. So here's the thing. You guys are in for a treat because I am going to bring up a fellow alumni. His name is CK Chang. He's the founder of Oxwhite. And, you know, it's quite a crazy stories and, you know, what he has been through. You know, the fact that he was in this same class that you were in just a few years ago. And even after the class, he don't have any idea what to do. And I ended up giving him this idea to sell a white shirt. Okay, so how did one simple product of a white shirt became something amazing to you know, tens of millions of dollars of business? All right, so I want you to hear it directly from CK himself. So are you ready for CK? If you're ready, type in ready. All right, so without much further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome the one and only CK Chang.
Thank you, Vvince Tan. Thank you. Hi, friends of Entrepreneur Masterclass. I'm truly glad to be here today and to share with you my entrepreneurship journey. And I'm really glad that Vvince Tan has introduced to me, to the class, and share my experience. I just want to let you know, just about 4 years ago, actually, I am sitting in your position. I attended Vvince Tan class, but not in Malaysia, all the way in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam in the year, I believe it's 2018. That is when, early 2018, when I enrolled his class. And I'm the only person from Malaysia, whereby I do not need to wear a translator, hearing machine, because the rest of the students are Vietnamese students, whereby they have a live, I would say, the live translation of Vvince Tan from English to Vietnamese language. And I'm very fortunate. Our bonding started in Ho Chi Minh City, and I get to know Vvince Tan more. And I'm like most of you guys. I started Oxwhite with no prior experience. To be very honest, I'm like most of you. In year prior to 2018, when I started Oxwhite, I just have a Gmail account, a Facebook account, and moreover, an Instagram account. I'm a user. And when you talk about e-commerce, I'm just a consumer. I don't know about starting a business in e-commerce world. And today, I'm going to share you a story about how I started Oxwhite and how I overcome all the challenges to become what it is today. But trust me, I'm just like one of you 4 years ago when I want to start Oxwhite. And the best part, I'm not born entrepreneurs. I'm working for someone else before I started Oxwhite. So let's begin the journey. And Oxwhite amazingly started in June 2018 with a belief that I want to help Asian people gain confidence. I believe that by dressing well and looks good, you would have the confidence in you. And that's the true belief of Oxwhite. And our first hero product back then was the white shirts that all these gentlemen and ladies are wearing. We started as a pre-order business model where a customers has to wait 3 months. I'm not joking, you hear me well. 3 months waited for the white shirt, and how I overcome all the challenges. And today we're gaining close to 800,000 customers who believe in Oxwhite and Oxwhite products, from one single white shirt to a variety of lifestyle products that you can browse to our oxwhite.com to learn more. And this is a very good classic example how Oxwhite started with a single white shirt. And Oxwhite journey has been really amazing, because when we started with just one hero product, which is the white shirt you've seen today, we have rave review from customers like, these customers of male and female, Julian and Kevin, and they are both, I don't know them personally, but after they received the shirt after 3 months of pre-order, and they gladly showcase the products on the social media and tag us and thank you us. So I believe that Oxwhite have built a cult brand like Apple and Tesla, people love. And one of the big reasons for that is because Oxwhite is providing exceptional value for the customers, like how they purchase a Xiaomi products or like a Tesla car, whereby by paying a reasonable amount of sum, they get a very good quality. And the white shirt that we sold at the time, is worth 400 ringgit, but customers just have to pay for ringgit Malaysia 69 ringgit. And it all began, my entrepreneurship journey is because of my son. A lot of you don't know, at the time I started Oxwhite, I was age 37 with two boys. The elder one was 2 years old. His name is Jia Hao. The younger one was 6 months old. His name is Jia Chen, and my wife, same age as me. At the time, I would say I'm working comfortably in a corporate world, in a modern retail and distribution for fashion timepiece. Working for the company, my uncle company, for more than 10 years. At the time, I have the privilege of travel around the world, of course. But one thing I realized from the experience that I really enjoy what I'm doing, but I never proud of myself. Proud of myself means all the credits I have, I would say is a credit to the company, or if not the founder of the company. But I can never share with my family or my kids, what I have achieved in a company, because whatever I achieve, the credits go back to my company. So this incident, one incident whereby in year 2017, I remember vividly. Through the YouTube I watch, I saw the Westerners bought a two-wheel bicycle. That's a Velocity, the Velocycle. I mean, there's no pedal. The kids are just riding with their leg, and they need to learn the balancing. And I in one of our station trip in Singapore, I bought back the thing, and I let my Jiahao, my 2-year-old son, the time to try it out. And I want him to see him cycling like just what I saw in YouTube. But true enough, I passed it to him. He's super excited. But then he kept falling in front of me. And, of course, he didn't enjoy. He kept crying. But happened, I told him, Jiahao, don't give up. Try your best. I say, people can do it. But that moment, I realized there's a reflection on the TV. I was sitting in the sofa. It referred back to myself. Say, how I can show my son, to be try your best and not to give up. I realized that, I have to show by leadership. I have to show by example to Jiahao. So I decide the next day, I want something to show the spirit, the value. So I resigned the next day without knowing what I'm going to do. And happened true enough, I met Vvince Tan in one of the event. The event was it's called BFM. It's a BFM event it's a retailing event in Bangsar South in Kuala Lumpur, whereby Vvince Tan was one of the speakers. But among all about 10 over speakers that day, but what he shared about going to retail to online is something very comfortable to me. I understand exactly what he said. So we both connected since then. But the two person I'm about to introduce to you later is changed my life. And because with the help of both, I managed to start off right from scratch without experience. So let's the story begin. And these two is the founder of Figure. I met them in year 2017, whereby when I attend Vvince Tan class, I know the future is e-commerce, and I do not have prior experience of that. But through one of the Facebook ad, the Figure, the ads pop up, and I really love what they did, cutting the middleman and providing a very high quality sports dry fit shirt at the time. And I was super excited, and I think myself alone, I have bought over hundreds of these shirts. And every time I met a new friend or a friend of mine, I will give them the Figure shirt. Try this out, it's a brand I truly love, and it is founded by these young people and very passionate, and how they started with e-commerce, they have changed the world and providing us a very good value of a dry fit shirt. At the time, they are very expensive. So with that help, I write into the Figure. I said, dear Figure founder, because that time they did not reveal who is the founder of Figure. I truly love, what you're doing. Can I meet up for a coffee? And true enough, at the time, one of the founders, Zikang, replied to me. He said, yes, of course we can catch up, and then we have coffee. For often when we have coffee, they are very busy. They give me about 15 minutes to 20 minutes somewhere near the office cafe. We will sit down. I only have one word, which is true admiration of what they do. And in one of the incidents, I think second or third meet up with them in the coffee shop, and I said, can I meet you again on the weekend? Because I truly love what you do. But happened, what Zikang replied to me, say, CK, sorry, next day we're off to Hong Kong. We're going to attend a trade fair for the first time, and my whole team and myself is going to trade fair, so I will not be able to meet you on the weekend. So, on the drive back from the cafe, really deep inside me want to join them. And then I ring up Zikang. I say, Zikang, if you don't mind, let me tag along. I'm very familiar with Hong Kong. I know how to take the MRT, where to party at night for the young people. Of course, where they have good coffee, good food, and I will show you around Hong Kong while we're in Hong Kong. Just with that, because Indeed, of me, if I don't try, I would never join them to Hong Kong anyway. If I try, I might have a slight chance. And then Zikang say, yeah, CK, why not? My team say, okay, you can join along. So there we are in Hong Kong with them in the trade fair. I say, I promise you, wherever trade secrets you are dealing with the suppliers, I will stay aside. But with that, just 4 days in Hong Kong with the team, for me, it's the really first time I realized how passionate are these young people, and what kind of determination and skill set and the spirit, the value you need to start an e-commerce company. That gave me a glimpse of e-commerce. And of course, none other than Vvince Tan. This is a person that also helped me to kickstart the Oxwhite. Of all you know, Oxwhite was the idea, not originate from me. In one of the coffee session after the BFM event, I made up with Vvince Tan for a coffee, and I said I want to start a business after I resign. And then I threw him with lots of ideas. He said, CK, look, I love your ideas of selling frozen durian. I love your ideas of selling premium 3-in-1 white coffee, but all these require extensive capital before you even make a single buck. He said, look, CK, why not you start something online first, e-commerce? And then I look at him, Vince, I really don't have idea how to begin. And Vince told me, CK, why not you sell the white shirts? So that's it. With just a simple idea, because Vince said, through the Google AdWords, the white shirts are trending. There are a lot of people looking at white shirt at the time. Why not you start something like you sell white shirts to people? They already proven demand in the web. You may make a business out of that. With just that simple idea, I said, wow. I say, let's do it, Vince. I think I'm interested. I said, can I, meet you again? This weekend we go through how I should start a business. Then I still remember that the time we met is on Thursday again at 7 p.m. at Isin Hotel in Kuala Lumpur. Before he started a sharing event, he said, I'm away, CK. Tomorrow I'm going off to London. I have a 1-week entrepreneur masterclass in London, and I can't meet you again for weekend. Then something just clicked my mind. Why not join Vvince Tan to UK? And then of course with the time we spend together, we can brainstorm a lot of ideas. But then at the time I still have young children at home, so I said, wait, Vvince Tan, wait. Let me call my wife. And then I pick up the phone, I call my wife, I say, hi baby, I just have a small request. Can you take care of the kids for just a few days? I'm away for a few days with someone on the business. Could you do that? He said, yeah, I can do it. So, I put out the phone, I told Vvince Tan, you don't mind if I tag along, I help you to carry some luggage, and then we can have a chat on the way to the flight is, I think is 11 to 12 hours to London. I think we can brainstorm a lot of ideas then. So Vvince Tan said, yeah, why not? Join me. So since he's going alone anyway, so then there I was the same night, I bought a ticket to London, and then I joined him. And then that 1 week in UK was of the life-changing moment. So the whole 11 to 12 hours on the plane, we sleep, we talk, we eat, and I have a good glimpse of ideas how I should start the Oxwhite. So while in London, definitely while Vvince Tan giving classes, I went out and do some market study. And the first day breakfast, I remember I myself went to a borough market. It's very famous for food. On the way to toilet, I passed by this bubble. His name is Dan Jones. I still remember vividly. Not many oftentimes we can see a bubble that dressed so well. So that fascinated me. I stopped by and stood at the window, and I decided I went for a haircut because at the time I do not need a haircut. I just had a haircut before I go to London. So I went in. I say, Dan, would you able to give me a haircut? And during that time, I have a cashier chat. I told Dan, I really want to start a business, and looking you dress so well, could you tell me where you dress, you shop for your shirts? And then he pointed out a few locations and store that I should visit across London. And then there I was, went shop to shops to try the shirts. And every night I buy back samples. I would let Vincent to try it on, and then we will give comments. So over the course of 6 months from London trip, I traveled many more countries, to UK, to US, to Europe, and part of the Southeast Asia country to see what's different of a white shirt, because in UK the good quality shirts are very expensive, from custom made to a few hundred ringgit, to something very affordable from Marks and Spencer. So the range are wide, but I want to know what's make the good white shirts. So through my survey all this while, I realized two things. High quality, high-end white shirts are generally made for Western physique. They mean they make for Western body. Often if Asian wear them, although they has a very high quality, often we have a very long sleeve length and very long shirt length. So it doesn't look good on us. It doesn't present the confidence. It's like you're wearing your father's shirt. So, but however, contrary to Asian brand, they are affordable, but often the quality is lacking. So it doesn't show. It looks very good. It present on the Asian physique. So I decided I'm going to make a white shirt for Asian men, but as a price that everybody can afford without breaking the banks. Because from my past work experience, that I have the opportunity to travel around the world, to have meeting with counterpart from Japan, from Hong Kong, and from US and Europe. They dress superb. They dress well and they present themselves very well. But for me, I would have the same suits and again for the meeting, because I simply can't afford them. They are so expensive. Either you buy them ready-made or you custom make them. So I decided then I really want to help Asian people like myself gain confidence by looking well. So then at the time I benchmarked the Mercedes-Benz cover shirt, which is the Hugo Boss non-iron shirt that I saw in UK. I bought back many samples. I still remember they sell for about £100 in UK, and that is mind-boggling, because over the counter I asked them, this is one of the best seller now because it's easy iron, and is made from Suprema cotton, which is a high quality grade US cotton. So with that experience, I brought back a sample. I said, I want to make this into Asian cutting, but I do not have prior experience. So I have tried people connecting to factories. I write them an email through friend connection. I have closed door because when they ask me, what kind of spec you want to do, I simply say, I don't know. I just want to make a shirt that looks good on Asian people. So guess what? At the time, I don't have a business card with me. I haven't set a company. I just have a dream to build a white shirt for Asian people. And then I do not have a company set up. And of course, I don't have a brand name. So with all these challenges, a lot of factory I went to, they thought I'm a joker because you don't have a business card, right? I say, how can I have a business card before I have a business? So I just want to save money back then. So, but I didn't give up. I remember through one of the agents' friend I know in Johor Bahru, his name is Alan. He introduced this friend from Singapore who knows the factory owners there in Bandung, Indonesia. And happened, this factory is also a world-renowned shirt manufacturer that makes shirts for international brands that you all know, including Hugo Boss, Calvin Klein, and of course the Polo Ralph Lauren. So with that, I flew in together with Vvince Tan and the friends from Figure. We present our ideas for the first time because I know that is our one and only shot. Because after that visit only I realized the world has less than 5 factories who make for non-iron shirt, a high-grade non-iron shirt, and this is one of those. And I said we have to grab this opportunity. So you see, I present, and the lady sitting over there, she's a lady boss, very fiercely looking at me presenting. So, I just present my dream of helping Asian people looks good. So, and then at the end of the meeting, he said, okay, CK, we can support you, but your minimum order quantity is 20,000 pieces of shirts. That means is a lot of shirts to begin with. So at the time, I gathered the money I save enough is 300,000. That's my starter capital. If you want to do 300,000 ringgit Malaysia, at the time it's about 80 to 85,000 US dollars. So that's the money I save out with, and that chipping also from partners. So that's why we asked, shall we use the 300,000 ringgit I have to pay the deposit and payment for the shirt making, or we can use the 300,000 ringgit to do something never been done before, which is a pre-order. So at the time, I was reading a book from Tony Fernandez. One of the book he say, break the rules. When Tony of Asia started Asia, I remember, at the time, buying your tickets online and pay in advance for your seats is not something very common practice back then. So only developed country in Europe and US, they have done it for a low-cost airline. But Tony is very forward-thinking. He introduced the purchase in advance ticket system, and in order for you to enjoy the savings, you need to pay in advance. You pre-order your seats, and then you fly later. So that idea came to me because he started with just 2 planes and with not a lot of money, of course. I think I can learn from Tony and apply it to the shirt. So I convinced my partners, including Vvince Tan. Vvince Tan today is one of my proud partners, same together with the Fit Gear co-founders. I said, why not do something? Let's do a pre-order of white shirts so we can use the money, tell the story, and then with the money that we customer booking, we can use the money to throw into the manufacturing, so that will be very much less risk for us that we might have a chance of overproduce. So true enough, they accepted my proposal, give it a try, although they are very reluctant at that time. So I believe in that if Asia can make it, I think same to Oxford, because we have a very good value proposition from an original 400 ringgit, which is something like Hugo Boss shirt is about 100 pounds. We make it for just 69 ringgit, which is about 12 to 13 pounds at the time, which is very, very affordable for a lot of people. So with that, we use Facebook at the time as an ad, as you can see here, to go to the customers and reach out to them, tell the story. Me as a person, CK, I have a dream to help Asians gain the confidence by helping them look good and feel good. And this is the project of mine, a dream of mine. I need to get your help to pre-order my shirt, and then I will need to accumulate enough order, pass through the order to factory, and you can enjoy all the savings while I can have a business out of that. So with this, you see, is an advertisement in the Facebook. We managed successfully gather 60,000 people sign up that are interested in our white shirt in a span of 3 weeks. And with the sign up, I'm very confident that we can make a business out of that, because our story is really connected to the heart of consumers. They also felt the pain like myself. They want to have a white shirts that are premium quality and yet affordable. But to tell you, along the way when we started, I started very, very lean. I tell you, we don't have a business card and I don't have a company registered yet. So Sue Ann is my staff 001, and she's still with us today. At the time, she was hired as a customer service, and because we do not have a silent officer for the first 6 months of brainstorming the idea how we started, each of us, me including my co-founders, we're giving 10 ringgit a day. Okay, it's 10 ringgit. There's a money for coffee and free Wi-Fi. We will be cafe hopping. That's the cafe that let us use the Wi-Fi and the work desk. We will stay in there all day. And often we choose a cafe location that doesn't need to pay parking. So with all the savings, I believe that we want to start lean and bootstrapping. But every dollar that we save, reinvest back to Facebook to tell one more story to another people that we don't know. So This is one of the few examples of our ads that you can see at the time. We used the budget to tell the story in English, in Malay, and of course in Chinese. So, and of course, one of the ideas I also get inspired from Tony of Asia is that, Asia, if you can buy a few hundred millions worth of plane and offer a ticket for free or sometimes 99 cents, why can't I do that for my white shirt? So with that, I remember we offered the first 1,000 people who tag off their friend and recommend their friend to sign up our newsletter. They will get a shirt for 99 cents instead of 69. With this help, our post went viral and people love it, and we gain a lot of traction out of this post. And today, the 99 cent is still one of our legend and best marketing ever. So, but with all the glamours that we had, of course, there are some naysayers that come back to us. We started Oxwhite officially launched on June 30th. So we just opened the Facebook in June 12th. So we are very new. We don't have seriously, we don't have a bank company or company registered back then. So for the first 6 months, I paid my employees by cash because we have not registered EPF or so even a company. So I have this Vincent Chong, give a comment to our Facebook, say, rate us 1 star, June 12th, this company just opened and you want to transfer money to them, beware, where is the logic, right? Your company just opened and you'll gain so much traction. It looks like one of the scammers. And the best part still, we have this Ben Ong that came to help us to do a customer service reply. Every customer that tagged they're interested in our shirt, he will help, you can see it's a scammer, don't, at the time, I don't know what to do. We are a few days away from the launching, and we have all these negative comments. And at the time, to be truth, I have nothing to show to even Ben and Vincent Chong that this business is genuine, because all I got from the manufacturer is 10 pieces of the white shirt, 2 of each sizes. I have 5 sizes. So myself, I'm wearing that time size M. So I would wash and wash and iron and wear again every day, because one of the shirt I need to keep it for model shooting. So one is I have to wear every day, means I have to wash and iron every day, and the shirt come without the tag, because the tag will take 1 month to produce. So I can't tell people this is a tagless shirt and this is an Oxford shirt. But I think there must be a solution of that. So out of desperation, in one night, I call for friends that know me for more than 10 years. Not even Vvince Tan not even in the list. Their friends that genuinely know me for 10 years give me a review of CK. And you can see all these friends, they are from across the world, and some are housewives, some are celebrity that really know me for 10 years and give a review of CK at the person at Oxwhite page, because none of them seen Oxwhite before. So this is to build the confidence they need to trust the brand. So beside that, I was the last 2 weeks before the launch, I know that I need to gain some exposure. I need to get people to know me. So I will drag the shirt that you see here, start attending event. So the event I attend, I will get to know people. I say, hey, can you touch my shirt? This is the brand I'm about to start. I'm going to launch very soon. After you touch and feel, can you help me review? Generally in my Facebook, they say you met CK and you saw this shirt is amazing quality. And in the meantime, I will go about and get a lot more, have model shooting about the shirt to gain the confidence of people in Oxford. So with that, we managed to overcome a lot of obstacles. And this is the day in June 30th, in 2018, where me and my co-founders and a few other kids from the neighbors, because I know that if we have 60,000 people sign up, and if we have just 5% of these people, they will buy from us, I will have 3,000 people check out and buy the shirt, have inquired at the same time. I would not able to do the customer service for so many people in a short time. So I get a few of the neighbors' kids. I say, who want to learn e-commerce? I start the e-commerce brand. If you have a laptop, come and join me. Lunch is included. And the launch day is happened on Saturday. They need to go to school. We started Oxrite with the help from the neighbor's kid and my staff. And that time, we are truly honest. The first 6 hours we sold 3,000 shirts, and subsequently we sell thousands of shirts in the months of following. So that is very unbelievable. So something amazing happened that although we sell a lot of shirts, and I think we broke many records, but no, we do not get any media or press review. Nobody came and interviewed us. So, and I start to calling friends that know some media friends, and they tell me, CK, medias are quite tight now. Unless you have advertising budget, then they will allow you to feature your story. If not, it is quite tough at the moment for media industry. That was in year 2018. So I told my staff 001, Suen, I said, Suen, I know her, she loves flowers. So can you stop everything you do? Let me take care of the customer service. You help me to write letters, do a card like this, and DIY a bouquet of flowers. Let's make flowers and do a handwritten card to the writers and editors of all the major newspaper, magazines, and radio station and TV station in town. I want to let them know. I want to share an idea of Oxrite without pressure them to publish our story, but to make friends. So all these media people, I looked up their name, and then also go to the social media post, kind of estimate what the size of the body, and then of course I give them a box of white shirts, one piece inside, and also a bouquet of flowers and a handwritten card, and give to them. And with all that even what I don't include at time was the media kit, which all of you familiar about how much we sell, where we sell them, how we make the story. No, it's just genuinely a gift from them, and the gift that to tell that it really helped to elevate the Asian men to look good and gain confidence. So with that, the star is the hardest to reach. And to my surprise, after 2 hours, we're sending out the flowers and the gift. We get the writer, Vvince, wrote to us. He said, who is your founder? I want to introduce your founder about how you started Oxrite. And then the story the writers keep coming in. And then in a very short time, we are being featured in so many media. And I think that was a pivot moment for you. So, and also for us. So that's where we can able to spread the name of Oxrite to the mainstream media, and without spending a lot of money. And to be honest, to share with you, one of the best secret of Oxrite is we're able to get a very, very good review, a customer review for our products. As you can see here, in our website, we have close to 15,000 products review. And also in the marketplace like Shopee and Lazada, combine more than 50,000 products review. Not many, I can say, international apparel brand, even the very established one, you go and check on the website, has this much of review. So although we are a brand that we just started more than 3.5 years, but through peer recognition, peer support, peer review like Airbnb, Agoda, we're able to emulate the success of people. Trust your brand by having a peer review. You can't fake a 15,000 review. And all these are genuine with photos. They are our genuine customers. And also, big part of community building, why people like about us, is about us ability to build a very good fan base. And this fan base are managed through our Oxrite community. Is you can also join us. You can just type in the Facebook, type Oxrite community. Ask yourself, when is your last time a brand, apparel brand that you like, ask your opinion what they should develop, right? So Oxrite is different. Always keep the heart with the heart of consumers. And lastly, I just want to tell you, Oxrite started with a great inspiration from Tony Fernandez. So about a year after I started Oxrite, I just have some calling. I really want to meet Tony personally and give a shirt to him to say thank you. But through my connection, I do not know anyone who knows Tony. When I started Oxford, I'm just like you. I'm a working class parent. So I believe the power of social media. So what I did at the time, in one of my business trip overseas, I get one of my staff to record me a video that I share in my social media posts. In a very short time, I get response from Tony. But before that, I let you watch the video.
Hi Tony, this is CK. I'm the founder of Oxwhite. You have been inspiration to me and my business, and you gifted me the courage to break the rules, and this is the product has been breaking the rules. I would love to give this product to you in person and get inspired from you. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. So this is a Facebook post with this video. To my surprise, in less than 6 hours, I remember I posted at about 6 to 7 o'clock in the evening. Before midnight, I already get reply from one of the personal assistant of Tony, and say, "Yep, CK, Tony heard your message. He want to meet up with you next week after you return from overseas." I'm super excited, and there I have the chance to meet Tony with my founders and the co-founders, and here's the video of us meeting Tony.
Hey, I met the Oxwhite guys. They're in our office right now. It's been an awesome meeting. I've learned so much. But you know one thing that's fantastic? I'm wearing one of their shirts, which is super comfortable, 69 ringgit, and it's made in Bandung. One of AirAsia's first destinations, the only airline to fly to Bandung was us. So this is stuff made for ASEAN people, made for our physique, and made in ASEAN. So support Oxwhite, and it's made for everyone in ASEAN, all 700 million people. Very proud that I see such a great brand, such great packaging, and such passionate guys. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, with that, a brief 15 minutes meeting with Tony. It turned out to be one hour meeting with Tony and the team. We both admire each other. What Tony has recalled in the meeting was, he really see the don't give up, break the rule spirit in Oxwhite. We are going against a big international apparel brand because the world doesn't need another apparel company. But it needs a company that do good to people. It needs a company that give value to customers, and Oxwhite is one of those brand, I believe. And that's the brand we want to build as well. So from a humble beginning of one staff, today we have grown to the 28 people. Very proud. Most of them we hire is young people. When I hire staff, team members, I don't look at the degrees. I look at how passionate are they. Although they don't have the experience in what they do, but I believe that if you have passionate like me, I don't know e-commerce, but I can put resources together and we can make it work. So with all these team members, I believe that we can build something great. Started from Malaysia, so that's the Oxwhite story. So all this Oxwhite began with the one simple idea from Vvince Tan, and that was the ideas of Vvince Tan given to me. And I share you the story how I started. The milestone is because I want you to believe in yourself and take chance, because every time things just have a split of second opportunity, and if you grab that, and the opportunity is yours. And I have proven to you, if I don't go up there and hand my card to Vvince Tan, and I don't ask him for coffee, I don't ask him for ideas, and I don't invite myself to London, to Hong Kong, if I don't keep asking people where is the manufacturer I need to find, there will be no Oxwhite, trust me. And Oxwhite has gone a long way from, I would say, how we started, and then we raised fund in 2019 to what it is today, with the help from bank already. All this is not miracle. It is us putting all in to believe that it will have a miracle and it will happen. And trust me, I'm age 41 now, going to 42 next year. If I can start without experience, if I can start without a lot of money, because all the 300,000 ringgit Malaysia I have, partly is from myself and partly is from my partners who support me. So if I can do that with the 2 kids at home, 6 months old and 2 years old, the risk I take, and ask yourself, would you able to do that? Because it just needs determination and believe in yourself, and sometimes take the chance. With all that, I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a great learning in Entrepreneur Masterclass. Vvince Tan is my mentor, and also very proud today that he also one of the shareholders from the beginning and throughout the pitching event that we raised fund to equity crowdfunding. Him himself put in more than 1 million ringgit Malaysia to invest in Oxwhite. Thus we to further grow the company. So I'm really thankful for him, know him as a person. Now we can call ourselves a friend and business partners. And I wish the same success to you. And with all that say, thank you and bless you.
All right, everybody, come on, give Ski a huge round of applause. Have you guys enjoyed his session? What's the one big takeaway you can take from his session? What would that be? Come on, everybody, type into the Zoom chat. What's the one big takeaway you can take away from CK's story? All right. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you know, it's a very, to me, it's a very inspiring story. But more important than that is about his character as well, right? I mean, he's someone that doesn't take things for granted, and I shared with some of you as well that you know he could have potentially joined Entrepreneur Masterclass for probably for a very huge discount, for free, because we eventually became pretty good friends. But he didn't take it for granted. All right, like sometimes you have those friends that like to, get as much discount from you as possible, or just leech as much as possible from you, kind of thing, But CK is not that, He still respect the relationship, he still respect people's work, and he still value people's work. And I think that says a lot about him, all right? And you can see that, one thing that I put into this slide here to actually share, like what I think I see in him is that, he really believed in himself a lot, all right? Even though he tried to, when he became an entrepreneur, he didn't dare to tell his parents about it, he still go to work as usual, but actually it's not work. He started his own business, right? He started Oxwhite, okay? And it's not because he doesn't respect the parents, the mother or whatever, right? Is because he knows that sometimes, people around you, it's not that they want to pull you down. It's not that they don't believe in you. They felt that whatever they say and do is trying to protect you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I also want to tell you that, it's okay. Don't have to get mad or angry at people around you. There will be people that tell you, don't be an entrepreneur, don't do this, don't do that, and they're trying to protect you. Okay, and that's okay. I think at the end of the day, we ourselves know who we are, and we believe in our dreams, and we pursue it. Simple as that. All right. So I just want to emphasize a few things. Number one, I think you have to believe in yourself. All right. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect people around you to believe in you? Is that clear, everybody? All right. This is the one thing very important. All right. And how much you make depends on how much you believe in yourself. All right. Because if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes many people always ask other people around them, like, do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do that? Do you think I should, study this, or should I study that? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? A lot of people, they always like to get a validation from people around them. All right? I can tell you right now, own up to your own decision. Make your own decision. You're not going to make 100% perfect decision anyway, regardless if you ask people around you or you don't ask people around you. Is that clear, everybody? To me, sometimes when you ask people around you, it adds a lot more confusion. If you could, please make your own decision, own up to it. Along the way, you will make the wrong decision. But you know what? Making the wrong decision is part of growing process. Making the wrong decision is part of success as well. Because when you make a decision that you have never made before in your life, you are going to make some mistakes along the way. Is that clear, everybody? And that is totally okay. All right. In fact, as I always tell people, make as much mistakes as possible as early as possible. Because the faster you make mistake, the faster you learn, the faster you're going to succeed in life. Is that clear, everybody? All right. So your goal in life is not to avoid mistakes. Please be clear about that. You know, it's not that I want you to make all the mistakes. I purposely want you to fail. But I want you to understand is that your role, when you know whatever you're trying to achieve, your goal is not to make no mistake at all. Your goal is to make as much mistake as possible, as fast as possible. All right. So please don't care about what other people think about you. Don't care about what people think about what you're trying to do. All right. Because if you care about what other people think, you will always be their prisoner. Does it make sense to you guys? Type in a yes if you agree with that. All right. And I'm sure at sometimes we are guilty of this kind of actions and thoughts as well. All right. It's okay. Maybe you are also like that at this moment, but I want to point it out and being obvious to you, and I want to tell you right now, stop it. Okay. All you need to care about is how you think about yourself. That's all. All right. I want to share one video with you, which I think can drive this point, you know, really, really well. Okay. So let's just watch this quick 1 minute video together. All right.
Who would like this $20 bill? Okay. I'm going to give it to one of you, but first, let me do this. Okay, now who still wants it? I do. Now what if I do this? Now who wants it now? My dear students, I've just showed you a very important lesson. No matter what I did with this money, you still wanted it because it never lost its worth. It's still worth $20. Well, there are many times in our lives when we feel like life has crumbled us up and ground us into the dirt. We may make some bad decisions or have to deal with some poor circumstances. And sometimes our lives can make us feel worthless. But no matter what has happened, no matter what will happen, you never lose your worth. You never lose your value. Don't ever forget that.
I know my audio just now didn't work, okay? So what I want to say to you is this, all right? Stop seeking other people's approval and stop making other people believe in you, all right? You approve yourself, you believe in yourself. This is also a very interesting quote here, right? When people say that they can't see anything good in you, hug them and say life is difficult for the blind. I think my most important point is that you deserve your dreams. Come on, everybody, type into the chat. I deserve my dreams. Come on, everybody, type into the Zoom chat right now. I deserve my dreams, okay? I mean, sometimes I have to say all these things and emphasize to a lot of you guys is because I know that sometimes our society, our background, our circle of influence, you know, the country or whatever it is, sometimes, you know, sometimes a lot of things around us really tend to stop us from, you know, trying to achieve our dreams, all right? For whatever reason it could be, you know, and I want to let you know that that's the reason why, you know, I built all this kind of community and all that, because I know, you know, it is not easy at a certain point in time, you know, because sometimes people around us will not understand us. You know, as I said again, sometimes they don't have bad intention, they just want to protect you. But there are some people do have not so good intention as well, all right? I mean, the most of the world population will never understand your dreams and will not understand why you want to achieve your dreams. Only you know yourself, okay? So please remember, you deserve your dreams, all right? And remember this as well, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Some people, they think so much, at the end they never even bother to do anything about it. You know what? You must remember, you cannot think your way to perfection, I repeat, you cannot think your way to perfection. That means you need to do it and sometimes make some mistakes, but you know what? Mistakes is part of progress towards whatever you're trying to achieve. All right? You cannot think until perfect, right? Then only you take action and you think that you will never make any mistakes. Wrong. You need to quickly take action. You need to quickly do it. And along the way, you will learn and grow. Is that clear, everybody? If you think, I guarantee you, very often you end up not doing anything about it. How many of you agree with that, by the way? How many of you, maybe even yourself or you've seen people around you, they think so much, they consider so much of things, it end up make them paralyzed and they never bother to do anything about it. Good or not? Of course, there is. All right? I mean, to me, is that if you just jump on it, to be honest with you, out of 10 times, you make some mistakes 2-3 times, it's okay. Better than some people think, never even jump 10 times. They think so hard already. By the time you jump 10 times, they maybe jump 1 time. And so coincidence that 1 time is the 1 time that they will, is part of the action that is going to fail, then they give up. And they say it's not going to work. But you jump 10 times, you fail 3 times, 7 times you succeed. Then it makes you believe that it is important to keep trying new things, even though you may not have 100% understanding of that thing. Is that clear, everybody? Because again, as I said, you are never going to be an expert in something, then only you do it. You do already, then you eventually become an expert. Expert are people that make the most mistake in their industry. That's why they are called an expert. Makes sense to you guys? All right? So same goes for your business, your dreams, your entrepreneurial journey. You are going to make mistakes along the way. Okay? Now, before I let you go, for today, I know today is one of the most mind-blowing day. I told you guys already, it is crazy, the stuff that I teach you guys here on day 3, all right? Tomorrow is going to be even crazier as well, all right? I'm going to let that be a surprise also. But for now, I just want to say one more thing, yeah? I told you about, getting you guys to fill out the form so that I can go through with my committee and board of advisors to figure out whether, to let you come on board into my mastermind. Today is the last day I am going to close off because I realize that some of you, really, and some of you ask questions to my team. I can see that you are analyzing and thinking and stuff like that. And it's like, not sure and all that. As I said again, there's nothing for you to think about. All right. So, I'm just going to quickly take 1 minute to iterate to you. Okay. And because some of you also miss out certain days, I just want to say that the mastermind, if you get accepted into it, you get access to the coaching where every month I'll come on board and teach you new cutting edge stuff, strategy and stuff like that. All right. It's a group coaching style so that you will learn together with everyone, which is great because when somebody asks questions, someone else can see, learn from the answer as well that I give. You get access to the university, and on top of that, you will get access to all the past training, over 150 sessions, 300 hours of training, which is all of them are very, very high standards, okay? And also the inner circle, you get access to all the network and connections of all the rest of the masterminders. We have almost 1,000 plus masterminders from 30 countries, from different industries. This connection alone is super gold. All right, I'm talking about there's so many millionaires inside there, and also mentorship from me. Okay, and as I said, we have came out with a mechanism where you can ask any question anytime into the group. I will be in there to answer personally. All right, so it is as good as having me as your personal consultant and advisor. It is probably the most cost-effective way to get access to me directly. All right, so when you ask question in a group, when I answer, everyone else also benefit from it as well. That's the reason why I'm able to do this mastermind, all right? If not, it is virtually impossible, okay? Even though it's still taking my personal time, but I'm happy to do that and answer your question is because other people are going to benefit from it. So to me, I'm happy to do that, all right? And of course, all I ask from you is to do your own research before you ask me the question, okay? And yesterday, I also mentioned that, you know, if you got selected into the mastermind program and successfully enroll, I am going to give you access to the Mind Control Masterclass. Don't have to pay the additional $9,000 tuition fees. It will be included into it. I'm happy to invite you into the Mind Control Masterclass. And to me, this is a very, very expensive gift that I can give to you guys, all right? And as I said as well, all right, this session, this round, we are going to be doing a very, very significant scholarship. Can say that it's almost 80 to 90% scholarship if you get selected to be part of it, all right? Now, just one last thing I want to share with you before I let go is because, again, as I study deeper and deeper on the things that your background, your strength, your weaknesses and all that, I realized that, you know, if there's certain things that I can help you with, I will find a way to put it into the mastermind. And one of the things that I decided to do as well is to actually include this 8-figure legendary pitch. This is something that, how to say, it is something that I never actually reverse engineer and do in such great details before. So what is this 8-figure legendary pitch? So over the last 6 years, I have created one pitch, a 90-minute pitch that did over $10 million of sales. 90-minute pitch did $10 million of sales, all right? So this pitch is probably one of the most legendary pitch and highest converting pitch ever, okay? So this product, actually this program, is our reverse engineer a 90-minute pitch that I did over 10 million in sales. Every single slide, every single word that I say, what's the psychology behind it? What's the secret of how to design a pitch that will work for more than 5 years with less than 5% changes? Yes, this one pitch does not require much changes for the last 5-6 years, and it can withstand the test of time, all right? So that means do it well, and then it will just keep making money for you, all right? And it works regardless online or offline. You get similar results. So this particular thing is also something that I released and sold to very, very small group of my students. I never really put it into the public before, but if I do, obviously it's going to be priced very, very high as well, all right? So you will be learning how I do this pitch in very, very detail, okay? Because I go through slide by slide, word by word, minute by minute, okay? And then you can take this and then implement into whatever that you're going to do. You will definitely be doing so much better. Whether you just put this all this strategy into a meeting pitch or a presentation, talking to your bosses, all right, or your clients and all that, you're gonna make additional another 10-20% more income easily, all right? So this will be included in, and as I said again, the reason is because I realize many of you need help in this particular department, all right? So besides the Mind Control Masterclass, I'm going to promise you, if you get accepted, I will put in the 8-figure legendary pitch as well, all right? So today is the last day for you to put in your details because I need to go through it there's a lot for me to go through, everybody. I hope you understand, all right? So again, no need to think whether, what's going to happen and stuff like that. Put in the details ready. I will study your profile. I will figure out if I think that you're the right fit for us, I think you sincerely need help, or I think that you truly want to succeed in whatever they're trying to do, then most likely I will shortlist you and I will get my team to arrange a quick conversation with you and my board of advisors or my team and to validate everything that you say. And if it's all good, I'm happy to let you come on board, and as well as getting a very significant scholarship for it, all right? So you will come in at a significant discount, all right? But again, come in with a sincere heart of wanting to work closely with me. Come in because you really want to do something with your life, and you want to do something with your business, or you want to grow something bigger, and you want to achieve something in your life, all right? Come in with the right heart. To me, that's very important, okay? You come in with the right heart, we can do a lot of things together. If you're coming with the wrong intention, you probably wouldn't even get through it in the first place, okay? So anyway, I just want to say that I'm going to close this link off randomly over the next 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever it is. we will definitely have to close it off because I need to compile everything. My team need to compile everything. We are going through application by application. All right. So it will take time. And also because I don't want you to have to procrastinate and think so much and wait until last minute. Okay. It is going to be very difficult for us to arrange. I hope you guys understand that. All right. In fact, so far we have already shortlisted, approximately about 20 something, 30% of you guys. How many of you want to know who got shortlisted? Do you want to know whether they get shortlisted or not? I won't tell you. Okay, you will receive a communication from my team. Okay, and especially I think you will receive a communication from my team very soon. Once they communicate with you to make the arrangement to have a conversation with my team, please get ready for it. Okay, but no need to be so over worried about that conversation. I think you just have to come in with a sincere heart and tell us the truth. That's all. Okay, that's all I ask from you. Okay, because when I shortlist you, I have already more than 50-60% confidence about you. Okay, and then my team is just to double check on everything. Got it, everybody? All right. So with that said, quickly, go to vinceinnercircle.com, fill up if you haven't filled up. In fact, I can see and observe some of you. I feel there's potential, but I don't know why you have not filled it up yet. So please fill up and let me figure the next few steps. Okay, so fill it up and I'm gonna close it off in the next 1-2 hours. All right. Okay, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed today and give yourself a round of applause for surviving today, everybody. So tomorrow is gonna be even more crazier. So please make sure you are prepared. And I'm looking forward to see you back here. And we're gonna go through even more strategy and even more amazing stuff as well. Okay, everybody, take care for now. And please, haven't filled up, go and fill up now. Not tomorrow, not next day, not later. Okay, now. All right, because I got a lot of work to do after this. Okay, to go through it. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.